Hi there, I'm Egfer, and we're probably just a few weeks away now from the 1.21 version of Minecraft dropping. And what I've got for you today is a snowball and snowblock farm for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And if you want to build it as a snowblock farm, we are going to need the autocrafter, which is coming out in 1.21. If you're still in 1.20, don't worry, you can build it right now. And I'll show you how to put in droppers now, and you swap those for crafters later. You'll have a snowball farm. And if you just want a snowball farm, even in 1.21, you can do that too. If you're wondering why you might want a snow block or a snowball farm, well, for me, I just really like the snow blocks, and they're really good for redstone as well, give really good contrast. You can break them easily. You can also break them with a shovel, and you'll get your snowballs back. They do have a disadvantage. There's no stair variant, there's no slab variant of a snow block. So it is just the solid block like that. And what about snowballs? Well, snowballs do lots of things. Knockback to monsters. It doesn't do any damage, except to blazers. And here, blazers are really not big fans of snowballs at all. And we can use a snowball to actually kill a blaze. You can also use snowballs for remote communication. Yep. And you can even fire snowballs through lava to make flaming snowballs, and that will damage mobs and will damage other players in PvP as well. So hopefully I've convinced you that a snowball or snowblock farm is a really good thing. And actually, this farm is completely AFK. You can build it near your base. It'll just produce snow blocks for you. And when it gets full, it stops. When you take any snow blocks out, it'll create new ones in the background. And also it's got a buffer which refills really quickly. So it's a really, really nice, simple farm. And it's really early game as well. You can just get a really big supply of blocks. But this isn't the first snow farm I've made. So in August 2022, when my channel was this big, I made this snowball farm. And it was a good thing. And it even had an option to build in a manual crafting station to make snow blocks very quickly, unless you're on mobile. Sorry, mobile users. But then Mojang released version 1.19.50, and what they did was they changed how mobs behave when they're stuck inside a block. And the idea was to make things easier for them to escape. And, well, let's see what happened. I'm not sure that my snow golem agrees. Everything you need for this build is in this chest, and pause the video if you want to have a look, or I've got it down in the description as well. A couple of things to point out though. The sea lanterns I'm using as a light block, but you can use a different light block or just a solid block, it's not a problem. And this is a lightning rod. I've also got 4 droppers and 4 crafters. You only need 1 of those, so either the droppers or the crafters, depending if you want a snowball farm or a snow block farm, you'll use the crafter. And I'm using spruce planks, slabs and stairs, but you can decorate it however you want. If you are a decorative genius like me, you might choose to build your farm to look exactly like a Minecraft snowman. So what do you think? I think mine's better than the real thing. Pop it down in the comments if you think you can do better. And I'd also be interested in seeing how you do decorate this farm.
Okay, so let's dive straight in.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to build a farm, and first thing, do not build it in a hot biome, not a savanna, not a desert, not the nether. Your snow golem will die, but anywhere else is fine. You don't need to worry about chunk borders or anything like that. And I'm going to start off by digging out a 4x4 hole, like so. Dig out another couple of blocks at the back, and then here, not the first block, but there, I want to dig out a 3x2 like so. And we're gonna me just fill in that hole I made, just there. Okay, and we're going to fill this in with our decorative blocks. We're going to put stairs here and here. We're going to put decorative blocks there, 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 and there, like this. Now come down here, take your chest, place a double chest here, a double chest on top of that, around the side, and we're going to crouch click into the side, into the back of both of those, and here as well, and into the other side like this. Another chest on top of this hopper, and double here as well. Here and just there. So a lot of chests. These top 4 chests will not be accessible. That's by design, and these 2 chests will be accessible. And that's just so we can make sure that these all have the same amount of blocks in them all the time, and we use that to turn off our farm. Okay, come to this corner here, and we're going to build up by 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come across by another 3. So I've got 4 in a row there. And now I'm going to grab my redstone, and I'm going to build redstone across the top like that. On this edge, we can now place ladders just so we can get back up and down more easily, like so. Then I want to build down from here as well. So we've got a second column down to the bottom, like this. I'm using glass at the top. Then I'm going to use my sea lanterns next because, well, I like them. And then 2 more blocks here and here. Here. Okay, so that's the front of our farm, almost done. Pop a lever onto just there. Okay, I'm going to go up and just drop down onto these chests because here, against this redstone dust, I want to place a block there, one here, one there, and one there. And we're going to put pistons facing down underneath each of those blocks, like so. Come around the side. And now we take our crafter. So if you're on a snowball farm, use droppers here. Otherwise, exactly the same. But we're going to take our crafter. We're going to place one here and one here. And the important thing with the crafter is we need to block out some of these spaces. So you just leave a 2x2 in one corner like that. And that's because that's our recipe for snowballs into snow blocks. And we have to do that on all of the crafters. We're going to put 2 more on this side, here and here. And again, block out those spaces. There we go. Hoppers crouch clicking into the side of those crafters. That should look like that. Put a solid block against this crafter, and then 2 slabs like this. Put a solid block there, a solid block here, and then 4 in a row like this. Place a torch. Let me grab all of my redstone stuff. Place a torch here, a repeater on 1 tick just there. And then this way, we're going to place a comparator, which is reading this chest here. So when it's full, this comparator will come on now, being turned off otherwise, except when the chest gets full. Have a block on the nose of a comparator, and we're going to put a torch on top of it like that. Right. Come back around here, up to the top. I want a solid block here and here. I want a solid block on top of that torch, like this. And I'm going to put a temporary block just here and another block there. I can get rid of this one for now. Coming around the other side, drop down onto here. And what I want to do is just build a temporary little platform here. So I'm going to put block here, block there, and a block just there. I'm going to put 3 blocks along here like that. And I'm just going to build up on top temporarily with one of my dirts as well. There we go. And that's basically because we're now going to build a snow golem and we want to stop him escaping. But before we do that, take your boat, And you want to point into this middle between the hoppers and the crafters. Like that. Place a boat there. Come onto this corner. And build a snow golem. So 1, 2, and his head on. We're just going to push him into our boat. And then we need to push the boat forwards until you're right up against these pistons. So he's all the way in. Get rid of those. And now we can get rid of this as well. We can get rid of this. And we can get rid of our platform. We'll pop down and grab those blocks. And coming back round again to the top. You want to put a block here and a block here. And we're going to put redstone dust on those two. We're going to put a repeater just here. And I want to turn my lever on now. So you see that powers this redstone line, that powers these pistons. Put redstone on these two as well. And now I can put a torch just here on this piston. And that's going to create a clock because the torch will power the repeater, which will then power this redstone line, which will then power this piston, which will turn off the torch and turn off the redstone line, which then turns on the torch again. And you get a clock. And that clock runs at exactly the right speed to max the piston push speed as well. Okay, I'm going to come back down. I want a torch just there. I'm going to put a block here just to look good. And we are done. That is the farm complete, with one little exception actually. Just keep our golem safe. I want to put a lightning rod on the top just here. So if there's a thunderstorm, that's not going to affect our snow golem. It's not going to affect the boat that's in there either. Okay, so you can manually turn the farm on and off with this lever, but it will also turn itself off automatically when it's full and turn itself back on as you take items out of here. So let's switch it on and have a look. And you can see the snow being put into that chest. It'll take a little while to fill up, but you can just keep this running next to your base. I've got one in my survival world. It just runs all the time, and it just makes me snow blocks. So I will never run out of blocks, and I don't need to worry about it. It just manages itself. Huge thanks if you got this far in the video, and I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye now.